and welcome back to my channel. How is everybody doing? Anyways, I'm doing fine. I think people already know my secret, but I'm not going to say it. But if you do the code, let me know in the comment section. So quickly, because a baby is going to church. I didn't have to say that, but if after I just said it and you can still know the code, are you really listening to what I'm saying, or you just watch 1 minute and then you're gone? But anyways, it's fine, it's okay. So quickly, I'm here to just say basically that do you have birth certificate? Yeah, I don't mean your baptismal certificate. I don't mean your state of origin certificate. I mean national birth certificate. Do you have? For almost a year now, working with Population Commission, I've realized that a lot of people, even adults, do not have birth certificates. They come to you, they'll be like, oh, I made an application and they say they are not accepting it. I'm like, what birth certificate do you have? And then they either tell me it's hospital certificate or it's baptismal certificate. I'm like, no, you need national certificate. And sometimes they're adults, so adults can't get the one that I'm about to show you. They have to get the other one. And for a lot of people who are leaving the country, some embassies do not accept attestation. When I was applying to England, I used attestation. Somehow I didn't have issue when it came to that, but I'm realizing that even people applying to England, they need this smaller birth certificate, not attestation of birth, unless the person is already advanced in age. I guess there's a consideration for that, but there are, I think, particular age that they want you to have the it's not like the attestation is original, but the actual birth certificate that is recognized. Every country of the world have their birth certificates and they're all different. We've had people come in and they say, oh, this is somehow, we don't like this, we don't like what, like this is the national birth certificate. Now, as a newborn, parents are encouraged to get their children's birth certificate immediately. But then before you come to get your birth certificate, we also try to make parents understand that any name that you give us to put in this birth certificate is what that child is going to use all through their life. For the ladies, until they get married and they want to do a change of name. Do you understand? But we have had cases where parents come years after, they want to do a change. Apparently the name the child is using in school is not what the child is using now, so it's either they want to register the child for JAMB, WAEC, or the child is leaving the country and that name needs to be included in the birth certificate, and then one is taken out of the birth certificate. Change of birth certificate is really a lot on the registrar's part, because originally a child is not supposed to have 2 birth certificates. Yes. So when there's now a problem, it's like you need court affidavits to obviously do that change. So quickly, before you come for, first of all, once you give birth to your child, yes, the mother may not be able to get it, but the father can also come in and get it. If it's a newborn and you're coming for birth registration, you need to come with the baby's immunization card. The reason for that immunization card is that it also gives us details about the child, and we also need to sign on the card. There's even a space for us to put the birth certificate number. So bringing the immunization card is a very important thing. Now, for new parents or people who have trained their child over the years, please keep all documents properly. Keep them properly. I'm going to put in screenshots of certain things that I want you to know. Now, over the years, my dad has kept this folder for us. inside these office files, you now have Chiamaka, like my full name on the file, and then you have my sister's name on the file. And I think recently he has opened one for my cousin who is in 100 level. Now, anything concerning us that has to do with documents is inside each person's file. If one day I went through the file, I was looking for a particular thing, but then I was going through it. My dad kept all my results from undergrad even till masters. Whenever I send it to him, he writes it down and then he puts it in my file. Now, if there's in case of emergency, all he needs to do is just say, you know where your file is, just carry the whole thing. So nobody's information is missing out. So please, I want to encourage parents to do that for their own kids. Even though it's a child, it's just one child that you have now. Buy that folder. I'm just going to show you what I mean, like the pictures. Just, I hope you understand. So buy that big. It has some have zip, some have like a buckle that you just keep together. Some, there are different types, but basically get something, and then inside that you can have an office file, or you can have a clear bag depending on the size of the first one, so that everything stays properly without having any tear here and there. And this is important because this is another reason why some parents misplace their kids' documents. Sometimes they find every other one, but then they can't find the birth certificate, and then they have to get it because of a certain application they are doing. And sometimes, guys, it's exhausting, and then the parents have to come and explain. At the end of the day, we need a contact with everything. So if you can do this that my father has done, in fact, it's something that I also am going to do for my own children. So try to do that to protect your kids, even your own documents. And then secondly, yes, over the years we have heard laminate your documents. Laminate your document is really important, so that your document won't tear, so that your document will not damage, water will not pour it. Time has come. In fact, it's already happening. A lot of places do not accept laminated documents again. See, I've been wanting to do this video. Now time one will get. So as I'm doing this video, I hope you're understanding. Before you go and do any mistake, they no longer seal documents. Don't seal it. Don't try it. I'm also going to be showing you screenshots of how you should keep your documents now. I'll do a full story on my blog so that you get a clearer picture. So watch out for it, but I'm going to be putting the video up first. Anyways, so they no longer seal documents. And this started with the embassies. So sometimes people make applications and they ask for your birth certificates. Now, as someone who has visited the embassy a couple of times, you realize that for your documentation, there's this machine that they put, there's a way they arrange your documents. Now, with your documents laminated, they can't do that because it's going to burn, whatever, or melt. And then secondly, sometimes some embassies need to stamp, need to put their seal and sign and all that on a particular document, especially birth certificates. So if you go ahead laminating documents, not just birth certificates, and then it gets to a point where you really need it and you've sealed it up, what are you going to do? So you find yourself losing that opportunity or having something that's just going to cancel that, and really you do not want that. I've even heard a story of someone made an application because they sealed a particular document. That opportunity was gone because the embassy couldn't stamp on documents, and that was it. So the time has come for us to stop sealing documents. The day my master's degree came back to Nigeria, I really don't know how they sent that out, but I just got a call from the gate man. I went downstairs and he handed me a brown envelope. I checked it from Buckingham University. I was like, and then opening it, I noticed that my certificate, there are other things that came along with it, but my certificate was in a lamination cover, but it was not sealed. So now, instead of laminating, instead of sealing the whole place, They now do lamination covers. I'm also going to be showing you pictures as well. It's obviously like this, but these other sides are sealed, but this side, the L side of it also is open, so you can always put your document in and bring it out. Make use of it. When you're done, you put it back in. So that is the new way of saving documents right now. Do not seal your documents. Yes, I know people who finish NYC, like on their partner day, they're like, oh, I need to seal my document, blah blah blah. I was so lucky that by the time I was done with my NYC, I think I already, somehow I didn't want to seal mine, because there were two sides that day. Seal your document so that it will not spoil. On the other side, it was like, before I seal my document, I need to go home, show my parents, blah 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 blah. So coming home, showing my parents was like, after I showed my dad is like, go and put it in your file, and that is it. My NYC document is not sealed. I'm yet to get this lamination cover, but the point here is that it's not sealed. So it's not even late to get the lamination covers and just to protect my documents, because I didn't seal them. So please, if you are still sealing documents, or you are still encouraging people to seal their documents, please stop. Now some people will feel like, oh, you're taking away jobs from cyber security and cyber cafe people. Now if you have a friend that is working in cyber cafe, or you work in the cyber cafe and you're listening to me, you have not lost business. In fact, you are about to have a new generation of revenue to your income and your business, whatever. So by doing open lamination covers, it helps you distribute to people who are giving documents. All you need to do, find out the size of the document and then make productions. It could be light but not too light. It could be thick. You just decide. You as a human being, you think about it. How should the quality look like, so that when people use it, they don't have issues with it. Like, what should I do, what should I not do? So instead of sealing, please advise them not to seal it. Rather, introduce them to this lamination covers. Tell them, seal, just take, this is better. If you seal it now, a few years later you might need it, and then it might be a problem for you. We have a perfect example at work. We issued a birth certificate to the child. Obviously the mother brought the child. After I think almost 3 weeks, they came back. The mom had an issue with her name, so they recently just got married and then baby came. So I don't think they've not had time to do all the change of name for the lady and everything, and they really needed to do their documentation at the embassy. So they brought that back. So they brought it back because we still had their forms with us. So all we need to do is make correction on the form and then issue another one. Now they are bringing back the old one because a child, as I said, cannot have 2 birth certificates, right? When they were gone, I don't know, I just turned the back and I saw that the embassy already stamped on it. The invisible one, if you know the one I'm talking about, the invisible one, it was stamped, it was signed, and there was a date on it. You know, it was a perfect conversation to have with a parent who comes to argue with us. But oh, my other children, I laminated their own now. Is it bad? What happened? Like, why are we, you know? We just show them, look at, this is coming from the embassy, and then it's stamped, it's signed, and then it's even having a date. So if that document was sealed, it's as good as getting another one. And sometimes it's a big issue to get a new document. So I hope I've been able to convince you that there is no reason for you to laminate your documents. Yes, and then before I go, this is how the national, I don't know how you're going to see it, but this is how the national birth certificate looks like. This is what it looks like. The one I have now is for children under the ages of 0 to 18 years old. Once you are 18 years old, you can't get this. Once you're 18 years old, you can't get this. If at all you get this, it's really difficult because not all places that all centers, you have to go to the headquarters to get this particular one, and hopefully they have one to accommodate your age. But it gets to a certain age where you can't get this one at all. You have to get the attestation. I have the attestation, but where it is a bit far. I can't get it to show you, but this is how the original birth certificate, the national birth certificate, looks like. Before I made this video, I was just thinking, I hope I don't get into trouble doing this, but this one is not issued already, and you obviously can see the serial number clearly. But this is how the birth certificate looks like. Okay, my lighting is too bright. Okay, this is what it looks like. So if you don't have this and you are not far gone in your age, please make sure you have this. And once you have it, make sure you have the open lamination that I'm talking about and put in your documents. Okay, so you are planning to Japan, please remember me, because you know I also want to do that. If you've got sponsors, please let me know. So if you want to leave the country, this is the basic documents for your embassy application. So make sure you have it on time. In fact, in Nigeria now, for you to apply to get your NIN, to get your passport, you need your birth certificate. Before, people use court affidavit, declaration of age, but that does not work any longer. So you have to get your birth certificate to make those applications. If you're very young and you're listening to me, please try and get your own. And when you get it, learn to keep your documents very safe. If you're a parent and you're listening to me, check and make sure that all your kids' documents are complete. If they're not complete and it's something you can get a new one, please start the process now. Don't get to that point of trying to do your embassy application or even school application and then you don't have a birth certificate or you don't have some documents that you can obviously get. A stitch in time makes nine, isn't it? Make hay when the sun shines. So I hope you have listened to me clearly, and I hope you're going to get your birth certificate. Take credit from someone who is working with population. Yeah, you won't get this information out there. So take this information. So on my next video, I'm going to talk about something very important. I have done that on my podcast, but it's time to do it on my YouTube. Thanks guys for listening. I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Alright, until my next video guys.